Hey everybody, Craig Sowers from Sowers Performance Lab coming to you today from the Iron Lair in Apex, North Carolina. Today I wanted to go over the lunge. That's an exercise that I'm a big fan of. Obviously I'm a big fan of single leg movements as a not even a complementary exercise to front squats and back squats, but as a main exercise in a lot of my programming. Again, because we walk, we run, many times we're jumping off of one leg. I think it's super important that we're strong in that position. And I also like to use a progression. For me, a progression is in place so that if I have a beginner or somebody that has an injury, I can start off in a lower level exercise, maybe one that is just not as demanding or moving, it's stable or in place. And that's what I do with the lunge. As I go through today, I'll show you the different positions that I use for the lunge, and we'll go from there. I am a big believer in really working the back 3/4 of the foot, but I really focus on keeping the knee inside that footbed. Is there times to be pushing the knee in front of the toes? Sure, but I think that's the minority of the time, not the majority of the time. So first thing that I do with a lunge is a split squat position. So it's going to be just a staggered position, and I'm not going to move. I'm going to drop that back knee down to the ground and work the back 3/4 of the foot. And so I'll do that on both sides. I'm staying up nice and tall. I don't want to lean forward. I don't want to get way back on this backside leg. I want to stay up nice and tall and work that front side leg. I'm also in this next step, again, as I start moving, being focused on not pushing the knee. It's real easy as we start moving, especially walking, to start pushing that knee way forward. And I want to keep it back inside that foot. So as I transition to the next step in it, it's going to be a lunge in place. I'm going to demonstrate forward and backwards. Again, I'm staying nice and tall. I'm going to step out in front, drop that back knee straight to the ground, and come forward. I can alternate legs, or I can do all on one side. I'm also going to do that in a reverse motion, stepping back, working that back 3/4 of the foot, staying up nice and tall, not bending over, tall. I'm thinking about stacking those shoulders and hips, shoulders and head right over my hips, just like I do on squat. And then the last one's going to be moving. I'll try to make sure I stay in the camera frame here. But again, same thing. I'm going to step and recover, step and recover, and I'm going to do that same thing backwards. And then for me, the next step in the progression is just going to be to take that recovery step out and step all the way through, right? Same thing coming back. Now, I can get all fancy and add all kinds of things into it, stepping over, doing a max velocity movement into that lunge motion if I want. But to me, at the end of the day, what am I doing these lunges for? I'm doing them to build strength. And the more fancy we get, the further we get away from that, in my opinion. And I think that we've taken sports-specific training and turned it into something that it wasn't originally intended to be. Sports-specific training is about training athletes to be better athletes, not taking specific athletic movements and putting it into the weight room. To me, that just causes more problems than it does good. And if you go back and look at the original definition and the guys who defined that, I think they probably said the same thing. And so for me, that's the lunge, and that's the lunge progression. I hope you guys enjoyed that today. As you guys know, at Sowers Performance Lab, we're all about getting 1% better every single day. See you next time.